Hello and good day to you. Today's video, we are demonstrating the use of the Clip Studio Paint text tool in designing a punch in and punch out typography effect. Open the software. I'm using Clip Studio Paint EX version of the software. Click on File, New. A window appears. Use of work is illustration. File name, I'm going to say typography, punch in and punch out. Unit is in inches, width 8 inches, height 8 inches, resolution is 300. Although I'm not going to print, I'm just going to leave it at that. Expression is in color, paper color, white. If you want to choose others, you can. You can use the color wheel, or you can go to color history and choose from the color that you've done before, that you've used. If you're happy with the setting or the information, you click OK. Today for this one, I'm just going to create a background using the pen tool. So select a large size pen tool, brush size, select the pen tool, anyone we do. Go to the color, select from the color history. I'll just play around with the colors that I have here. So I'm just going to then I'll select a brown, tan brown. Then I'll go for a dark red, maroon red. So I'll go to Filter, Effect, Mosaic, and I'll just increase the size until I'm happy with the. Do I really like it like that? No, I think I want to leave. I'm just going to go to Filter, Effect, Mosaic, and increase the type size until you're happy with the design. So I like to pixelate, and I think I'm okay with this. I'll say okay. In the layer palette, select the text tool first. Click on the work surface. I'm going to take the color black, and I'll type caps lock on, and I'm going to type punch in. Press the enter key twice, and I'm going to say punch out. Try and arrange my letters. Click on the pen in the text editing tool section, and we can resize the text from there. Select the text, make sure just drag the mouse over the text to select it. You can see it's selected. Then come into the size and resize it there. You can also, after you've done this, you can also go into the text and resize without resizing it from here. You just drag the cursor. So if you're happy with it, just click the tick icon here under the text menu, and that's it. Select the operation tool. Sub tool of the operation should be object, because you're going to move the object, and save. So here it's our text, but it's coming out, so I'll just resize it here instead of going into the editing tool, and I'll move it to wherever. So move it, and we have a nice text here. In the tool palette, layer palette, select the tool, the text tool, we'll duplicate the text first. Close the original, then we'll come into this, we work with the copy. So select only the punch out wording of the text and just click delete. If you're happy, if you've done that, you click on the tick tool. They are still in the same position, but we just deleted the punch out because we want to work with only the punch in for now. Take the auto select tool. Click into the text, not the background of the text, so that you can select only the text. Activate the layer, the pattern layer, that's the mosaic layer. Right click on it and duplicate. Close the original background layer or pattern layer. Move the copy of the pattern layer over the punch in wording text, and as you can see, there's no selection around the image for now. Sorry, no selection around the border for now. So go to select, invert selected area, and press delete on your keyboard. Now the text is filled with pattern. That's our punch in, but we've not finished. You say select and deselect. Come to this vector punch in wording that's in black. Just close it so that you see it. Activate it. Select the operation tool. If you want to, you can change it to gray. I think we should change it to gray. Let's change it to gray. So select the punch in wording. Activate the layer, and we'll just edit it and change the color to gray color. Happy, you click on the tick tool. So open the visibility of the pattern text. Select the operation tool, subtool, object. Gray layer activated. We'll need a keyboard of our computer, and also we'll need the arrow keys on our keyboard for this. So I'll just move 2 steps to the left on the arrow, using the arrow key on the keyboard. So I'll move 2 steps to the left. Let me come closer so that you see the effect it's going to create. 1, don't know if I did that just now. Okay. So move to step, operation 2 selected, gray layer activated. So I'll move to step 1, 2. Okay, I just add another one because I'm not seeing it. 3, 4. So I've added 4, and we can see, although it's faint because of the design. So if you want it to be pronounced, we will have to go back to black. So let's use black. Let's go back to black color. I'll just select it, edit it, and use black so that it's visible for this demonstration. But if you want gray, you can use gray. It's just because of the demonstration so that you see the effect it's gonna create. This time we don't need to move upward like in the previous video. We just need to move to the left or to the right, depending on the effect you're creating. You don't move north or south, you just move east or west. That I've moved only to the left. So that's the first one. We finished the punch in effect. That's a punch in effect, and we just created a shadow around it. Just shadow to one side of the text. So we're going to close that, the visibility of that, and we want to work with a punch out. Activate the punch out layer, make it visible. The punch out wording text, the original text, right click on the layer and duplicate. Close the original, close the visibility of the original. Select the punch in wording and click delete. That's in the copy of the punch out and punch in wording text, or the text. Then you click on the text, the check tool. So we have a punch out text without punching interfering in it. Select the auto select tool. Alternatively, you can select, we'll do 2 types so that you know the effect, you know how to go through them, depend on the form. If you're working in vector, you are working in raster. So for this, we'll just select, zoom into, we'll just go into the text and select only the text by clicking on the text. Add a new layer, a new raster layer, and I'm going to take let me use the red for now, and we'll fill this new raster layer with the red. So make sure it's properly filled, and we'll say select, deselect. We'll activate the vector layer of the punch out, duplicate it. So I'll close the visibility of the red layer so that it don't interfere, and you see what I'm doing. Going to select it and edit it, and we'll take a gray text to fill it with a gray text, and we'll click OK. Then we'll duplicate the punch out layer again, the black punch out layer text, the black punch out text layer, and we'll edit it and fill it with white. Then we'll click on the check tool, tick tool, check tool to set it. So I've just opened the visibility of the background layer so that you see what I'm doing, so that we see what we are doing. For the effect we're going to create, we need to delete, and we can't delete. For that effect, we'll need the auto select to do the delete. You can use the vector tool and just move. We did that in the previous video when we are doing we did that in the previous video when we did Eclipse card. So this time I want to give another technique on how to go about it, especially if you are working with a raster text. So we're going to now we have our vector text and we have our raster text. So we're going to close the black, the visibility of the black. I'm just going to close it, and we'll work with the gray, white, and the red. So the white, I'm going to bring it above all text, above all the punch up. For the punch out text, I'm going to bring it above them. We can leave the white in vector. We don't really need to make any change on it. But for the red and the gray, we'll need them in raster. Because the red is already in raster, you can see it here, layer 2. So what I'm going to do is to create the gray. I'm going to turn it into raster because the gray is still in vector, but we need it in raster. So select the gray text layer, right click on it, and in the menu that appears, click on Rasterize, and it's going to change it into a raster layer. If you are not sure that in case you make a mistake, you can duplicate it and have the vector layer separate first before you start working. Then you rasterize the copy and work on the copy. So we activate. I will activate the white layer first. The white text, punch out text or wording. Select the auto select tool and click into the So we activate the white layer and we activate the red layer, the red wording punch out worded layer, and the gray worded layer. So what I'm going to select the operation tool. Operation should be subtool, should be an object. And for the gray layer, the gray text, we're going to put it above the red text in the layer palette. Select the gray, activate the gray text, and we're going to move to the left. And I'll move because I want the effect to be on the left, but if you want it on the right, that's fine. So I'm going to move to the left, and I'll move 2 steps or 4 to see the effect. So I'll first of all move 2. So for that, we need to keep the arrow key on our keyboard, and I'll just move with the operation tool selected and object in the sub tool selected. We're going to move 2 steps to the left. So I'm going to 1, 2. It's a bit nice. Let me add 1 more. 3. Okay, I think I like this. This is 3. And if you take a closer look at it, let me go back in it. It's as if it's casting shadow, as if you punched into, as if the design is being dug into the background of the image. That's the effect we want. So the gray is going to give us that effect. So if you take a look at it from far, you will see it. But if you go closer, you just see that it's just coming out from the design on the other side. So what we need to do now is an illusion which we are creating. Activate the white text layer. Select the auto select tool in the tool palette and click into the white text to select it. Activate the gray layer, and I'll just close the visibility of the white layer so that we see what is happening in the gray layer. Although the white text is selected, if we go to the gray layer, if you activate the gray layer, and I'll close the red layer, the visibility of the red layer so that we see. If you take a look at the gray text layer, you will notice that some of the text, it's as if the text is not fully, it's smaller. The selection is smaller than the gray text. To one side is big, to one. So for this, we're just going to press delete. The gray layer should be activated. White text selected. and we just press delete. We now have something like a cast shadow, as if it's a transparent text. So you say select, deselect. If we put on the white layer, you will notice you will see the cast shadow. You will see a shadow giving the illusion of the text. If you want to, you can move the gray layer above the white text layer. But for this case, it's not necessary. But in other type of, when you design, there are some time when you are designing, you want to move the gray layer above the white text layer. So I just move it back. We don't need to move it now. So the red, if we want to, I'm going to duplicate the red. I'm going to go to side and see which one is nice for us. If we don't like them, you can delete them, or you can just close the visibility of them. So the first one of the red, I'm going to move to the right and see. So I'm going to create 1, 2, 3. We really don't need the red. So the other one, I'm going to move to the left. Using the arrow key, I'm going to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. So if I close the visibility of the gray and you use only the red, and you close one of the visibility of the red, you can see that it's you have a nice effect too. It all depends on what you want, and you alter the visibility of the red because we did 2. You can decide which one you want. But to get that punch out effect, you need the gray for it, because the gray has a kind of effect to give that illusion of a shadow. So we've done the punch out effect. So to make it, we'll make the visibility of our punch in effect show. But if you see now, because the background is extending onto the top, we can't really see our punch in. So we'll come to the background. I'll just duplicate it in case we make a mistake. Close the visibility of the original. Take the selection tool in the tool palette, select the selection tool, and just drag across. If you are not sure you want to drag across, you can go to view, grid, and use the grid as a measurement. So let me say select, and let's use the grid as a measurement so that we know one. So from the background, we're going to just press delete and say select, deselect. So we've deleted the portion of the background so that we can see our design. If we had used the same wording, it would have been as if you look at it, to be as if it's been punched out. But just to remind you of the text, that the effect we created, that's why I used punch in and punch out wording. So if you take a look at it, even the punch, look as if the punch, pattern punch, looks as if it came out from this bottom punch here. So this is how to create a typography punch in and punch out effect easily using the text tool. If you want to save, you can save in Clip Studio format. You can save also in PSD format. You can save in JPEG. But to put it in layer format, we're going to save first in Clip Studio. So click on File, Save As. Because we typed it in the name in the beginning, that's why it's appearing here. So I'll say typography punch in and punch out, and I'll save it. I also save in, if you want to save in PSD so that you can open it in other software, if you save in PSD, that's Photoshop document, it's going to be in layer format. The only thing is that the text, they are going to be in they will be rasterized. They won't be in vector format. So you can save this and say save as. and just click down and go to Photoshop document, and you have it. So here's the information telling you that the layer will be rasterized and part of the layer information will be lost, and I'll say yes. So to use it in order to just print out or do I would like to export as a JPEG, you can use export, file export, JPEG, or you can use file save as, and you can use tell it to save as a JPEG. Either one you want, you can do it. It's going to just save it in JPEG for you. But I'll use file export in single layer as a JPEG. So I'll tell it to save. And here you can reduce you can save using the specified resolution. You can specify a resolution for it to save. You can specify ratio, size, output size. So I'm going to tell it to make it JPEG. I want to use it for the web. So I'll tell it to make it 96. Oh. And here you can still resize the quality if you want. So I'm not going to resize the quality. This quality is all right since it's so I'm going to say okay. Or for punch in and punch out typography effect using the text tool of the Clip Studio Paint software. Thanks for joining me for this video of punch in and punch out typography effect using the Clip Studio Paint software. Until next time, happy crafting, happy designing, and bye for now.